Okay, Vivian. Just breathe. It's time.
Please, let this be the right place.
Hello, this is Sarah from the Gilded Horizon. How can I help you today?
I'm looking for a room. Do you have anything available?
This house raised my children. This house buried my husband. How do I walk away from all of it?
Ugh, it's so hot today. Mama, why is it so dark in here?
Yeah, I'm here now. Hold on, Ma. Hey. So, Ma, did you figure out the money? I need it this week.
And we should really put the house in our names now. It's better for everyone.
I'll think about it.
Goodbye, my children.
You sure about this, Vivian? I'm sure. For the first time. I'm sure.
I looked up at the ceiling, taking a deep breath, and dialed the number for the Gilded Horizon, a retirement community in Florida I had found on the third page of search results. It wasn't the most expensive, but it wasn't the cheapest either. It was right on the water. A woman with a kind voice answered. Her name was Sarah. I asked her about availability. I asked about the price. I asked if I could bring my old sewing machine. Sarah told me yes, that they had a room with a view of the garden and a sliver of the ocean, available starting the first of the month. I told her to hold it for me. I told her I was coming. The next step was the hardest. The house. My house. The house where I had raised them. The house where Marcus had died. The house that held every memory I had, good and bad. I spoke to Avery about it. I told him I couldn't leave it to them. If I left it, they would fight over it, sell it, and waste the money in a year. Or worse, they would move in and destroy it. Avery proposed a solution. He knew an investor, a company that bought houses for cash, as is, no signs in the yard, no open houses, no neighbors asking questions. A quick sale. It took 2 weeks. 2 weeks of living a double life. When Tanisha or Malik called, which was rare, only to ask if I had thought about the loan, I answered with a calm voice. I told them I was looking into it. I told them to be patient. I played the role they expected, the slow, confused old woman. Meanwhile, I was signing papers. I was packing boxes. I was saying goodbye to my life. The investor offered me $180,000 for the house. It was less than it was worth on the open market, but it was immediate and it was secret. With that money, plus my savings and the sale of the furniture, I would have enough to live at the Gilded Horizon for the rest of my life without worrying about a thing. The day came to sign the final deed. I met Avery and the buyer at the law office. My hand trembled as I held the pen. I thought about Marcus. I wondered if he would be angry with me for selling the roof he built for us. But then I remembered the Sterling Kids chat. I remembered the old woman. I remembered the empty Mother's Day table. And I signed. The house was no longer mine. I had 3 days to vacate. I decided to invite them one last time. A Sunday dinner, 2 days before my departure. I needed to see them. Maybe a part of me hoped they would sense something, that they would look at me and see that I was different, that I was leaving. Maybe I wanted to give them one last chance to be the children I remembered, not the strangers they had become. I cooked roast beef, Malik's favorite. I made macaroni and cheese the way Tanisha liked it, with the extra crust on top. I bought a chocolate cake. I set the table, but this time I didn't use the good china. I had already sold the good china. I used the everyday plates. They arrived 30 minutes late. Malik walked in talking on his phone, barely nodding at me. Tanisha came in complaining about the heat, about her job, about her car. They sat down, they ate. They didn't ask how I was. They didn't ask why the living room looked a little emptier than usual. I had moved the boxes to the back room. They just ate and talked to each other about people I didn't know. "So, Ma," Malik said, wiping his mouth with a napkin, "did you figure out the money situation? My landlord is breathing down my neck." I looked at him. He was a handsome man. He looked like his father, but his eyes were empty of kindness. "I'm working on it, Malik," I said softly. "I'm moving some things around." "Well, move them faster," Tanisha snapped, cutting a piece of cake. "I have my own bills, you know. And by the way, Mama, I was thinking, since you're getting older, maybe we should talk about the house. Malik and I were talking, and we think it would be better if you put the deed in our names now, you know, to avoid taxes later. We would take care of everything. You wouldn't have to worry." I almost laughed. I almost laughed out loud in their faces. They wanted the house I had already sold, the house that belonged to a company called Sunshine Properties LLC as of yesterday. "Is that so?" I asked, taking a sip of water. "Yeah, Ma," Malik added, leaning back. You're not going to be around forever, and this neighborhood is coming up. We could fix this place up, build a garage in the back. It would be an investment for the family. For their family, not for me. I was just the obstacle standing in the way of their inheritance. "I'll think about it. I'll think about everything." They left an hour later. They took the leftovers. They didn't offer to wash a dish. They kissed me on the cheek, cold, quick kisses, and walked out the door. I watched them get into their cars. I watched them drive away. And for the first time in my life, I didn't feel the ache of them leaving. I felt relief. I felt the weight lifting. "Goodbye," I whispered to the empty street. "Goodbye, my children." The next 48 hours were a blur of activity. Ellie came over to help me. We packed 2 suitcases and a few boxes to ship. Everything else, the old clothes, the worn-out towels, the clutter, I left. I left it all. The cleaning crew from the investment company would handle it. I didn't want to take the smell of this life with me. I went to the bank with Avery one last time. I collected the cashier's check for the house sale. I deposited it into my secret account. I felt rich, not just in money, but in possibilities. I never had this much security in my life. I gave Avery a hug. He handed me a folder. "This contains the letter you wrote and the legal notices. I'll have them delivered 24 hours after you leave." "Thank you, Avery," I said. "You saved me." "No, Vivian," he smiled. "You saved yourself." The morning of my departure was gray and drizzly. Fitting, I thought. The sky was crying, so I didn't have to. Ellie drove me to the bus station. I could have flown, I had the money now, but I wanted to take the bus. I wanted to see the country change. I wanted to feel the distance growing between me and Cloverdale, mile by mile. Ellie cried when she hugged me. "You call me, Vivian. You call me every week." "I will, Ellie. You're the sister I never had." I boarded the bus. I found my seat, 4A, by the window. The engine roared to life. The bus pulled out of the station. I watched the familiar streets pass by. The grocery store where I had shopped for 40 years. The park where I took them to play. The school. The cemetery where Marcus was buried. I touched the glass as we passed the cemetery. "I'm sorry I'm leaving you, Marcus," I thought. "But you're at rest. I need to find mine." We hit the highway. The city faded into the distance. The gray sky began to break, revealing patches of blue. I closed my eyes and slept. I slept better on that bus than I had slept in my own bed for a decade. I arrived in Florida the next afternoon. The air was different here. Thick, warm, smelling of salt and flowers. A car service, a luxury I allowed myself, picked me up and took me to the Gilded Horizon. It was beautiful, better than the pictures. There were palm trees, there were white buildings, there were people my age sitting on porches, reading, talking, laughing. Sarah met me at the front desk. She gave me my key. She showed me to my room. It was a small apartment, really. A kitchenette, a living area, a bedroom, and a balcony. I walked straight to the balcony, and there it was, the ocean. Blue, vast, endless. The sound of the waves was a lullaby washing over my soul. I unpacked. I put my clothes in the closet. I set up my sewing machine in the corner. I put a photo of Marcus on the nightstand. Just Marcus, no photos of the children. I wasn't ready for that yet. 2 days later, my phone rang. I knew who it was. I had been expecting it. It was Tanisha. I let it go to voicemail. Then Malik called, then Tanisha again, then a text. "Mama, where are you? The house is locked. The key doesn't work. There's a sign in the window saying sold. What is going on? Call me ASAP." I sat on my balcony, a glass of iced tea in my hand, and watched the seagulls dive. I didn't answer. Avery would have sent the courier by now. I imagined the scene. Tanisha and Malik standing on the porch of the house they thought was theirs, holding the envelope Avery had sent. Inside, there was a letter. I had written it over 3 nights, crying and erasing until it was perfect. "Dear Tanisha and Malik, by the time you read this, I will be far away. Do not look for me. You won't find me. For 48 years, I was your mother. I was your provider, your protector, your safety net. I gave you everything I had. I gave you my youth, my strength, my money, and my heart. I thought that was what a mother was supposed to do. But I realized recently that I made a mistake. I loved you so much that I forgot to teach you how to love me back. I gave you so much that you forgot how to earn. I was so present that you never learned the value of my presence. I saw the messages. I saw the Sterling Kids chat. I know I am just the old woman to you. I know you view me as an ATM, a burden to be managed.